Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2019 Women's Tour, episode number 15. So, in this one, we have a 4-stage race, 2-star objective, top 5 in the overall, but because it's a lower level objective and not the hardest of races, I have actually relaxed a little bit on what I normally bring to objectives. I tend to, this season, bring my best riders to every objective, regardless. There's a clear small group that is a step above the rest of the team. Everybody else is virtually domestiques. My domestiques, outside of the bottom tier, zero potential, were on the team last season, had contracts going into this season. Outside of them getting virtually no races, and they actually do have 2 or 3 on the calendar anyway. Everybody else, my other domestiques, the high potential domestiques, actually are really busy. They get plenty of races in. Not normally objectives though. Today we do have a couple for this 4-stage race, Watabi and Irud. I think we've seen them a couple times at this point in the season, but generally, there's still one of the 4 riders that got away is still out there. Minute 45 though, they won't stay away, so not worried about that. I do have a couple sprinter types, so Savage, Malkova are both here, so we will be able to contest the sprint, and we actually have a chance. There's only a couple mediocre sprinters at this race. So overall, the quality of the teams around us really, really low. As in, like us. So there is a little bit of a chance not only to place well in the top 5, maybe Heidi Franz has a chance to win this race. And maybe we have a chance at a sprint victory. Again, our team is just such a low level. You can never really count on anything with them. But you don't rule it out entirely either. Alright, 16K to go. We'll start here pretty quick, but again, you know how our stamina is. It goes quite fast. Let's do it before we hit this downhill. So Malkova is probably going to be the one sprinting with Savage second. And I would imagine that Harden actually is probably the... Oh, no. Heidi Franz is the next best, but Heidi Franz needs to follow in, so it would be Harden next. And then Irud or Watabi. Neither, really. Who's got the better stamina? Neither. They're very, very similar, the two of them. So based on race day condition, we'll go Watabi and Irud at the front. Okay, looks like we've got another team contesting things here, the Korea team. Okay, what happened with Tabi? Close it down. Alright, time to get out front.
The sprinters are positioning themselves up front. It'll probably be a mass sprint finish.
Okay, speed up a little bit. We're under 7K to go now. $6K to go, Watabi.
The finish line is getting close. The riders just passed the 5 kilometers road sign.
Okay, 4.3. Okay, Harden. All right, 2.2. Harden starting your sprint.
It's going to be very fast.
Okay, Savage, 1.5. I want Harden to peel out of... Oh, wrong way. Yeah, that didn't work out as planned. Savage, you are sprinting, aren't you? You haven't even really gone anywhere with this corner here. Let's just go ahead and sprint all 800 meters. Malkova around the corner. Come on, come on, come on. Podium.
He managed the sprint like a master of his craft. He was certainly the fastest today.
Peroni takes the win. Savage takes third. Malkova never got ahead of Savage. Franz is still fifth, so Harden held on for eighth.
And here are the race highlights.
Neither one of them really sprinted very well. You know, kind of stayed there together, all three of them. 40K to go on stage number 2. 68 all together in the peloton. The breakaway of 3 has already been reeled in. 3 category 4 climbs to go on the way to the finish for this one. Mostly considered to be down to punchers and without a whole lot of pace so far. I could see it going that way. So the first of those 3 climbs coming. They're all very short. In fact, this one doesn't even have a climb at the end. The other one, which we're going to hit twice, at least actually does have a climb. We've already done the climb. And now we're going to go 2 degrees to the top of this one.
That's really a punchy attack.
Alright, so 2 climbs to go. Fields all together again. That breakaway was just for K1 points, which I don't care about.
The riders have upped the pace.
Uphill finish. Kind of. Downhill right at the end. 23K to go. Alright, 3.5%, 4%, 5%. Downhill. And then we're going to go up again right after the bridge. Comes the next attack.
There's a rider trying to break away from the bunch.
Same rider. K1 points.
We've got 15 kilometers to the finish line.
Not much to it. 15K to go.
Some
I
team
think I could
managers
set this up like a
appreciate the fact
sprint.
that there is a breakaway, given that the pack has increased its speed. The pack
Alright,
is just
10K to go.
the escape group.
So, Malkova and Savage can absolutely handle this climb. So we'll set them up based on who's a little stronger today. They're identical again. I think Savage leveled up. Always so hard to tell. Franz, you're going to follow behind. We'll follow Harden, and then Tabi and Irud. But he's already bunched together, so we should have no problem getting in position quickly. Okay, 8.5K to go. Still no split. Here's the first part to the climb we'll have downhill before we hit the final climb. Harden, use your gel. Okay, we are splitting off some riders now.
5 kilometers to the finish line.
Alright, Harden. 3.5K, and we're going to be in a very strong position here. Harden also good on the downhill. There you go. Split in the field. Oh, what am I doing? No.
There goes the sprint. The strong men are giving their all.
It's too late on the energy gels. Are we in a strong enough position? We'll find out. Savage is going to take it. No, Malkova. And then Franz. And then Savage. Small gap. Probably not going to be given. Too late in the stage. But 10 seconds, 6 seconds, and 4 seconds. And 1, 2, 3 finish. And we got a stage win. We had one all of last year. We've had 3 or 4 this year now.
It's a bit of a knock for the morale. Now for the best moments of the day.
That work was done by Elizabeth Harden on the climb. They just couldn't come back on the descent. We basically had separation. Basically. It was enough. So Malkova now leads on the same time. Savage third. Franz is fifth at 4 seconds, but we're definitely in a strong position right now with 2 stages to go. Alright, so we're on the decisive stage number 3.
We're into the second half of the race. The riders are going to be more and more on their guard.
We have a breakaway now of 4. There was 5 riders. They have a 2.5 minute lead. We're already starting to see riders struggle in the peloton. They're kind of hanging on. They're yo-yoing off the back. And we're just about to hit one of the biggest climbs we've seen as a team so far. I actually do have one of the favorites in Heidi Franz, and I have a whole team around her that's not that far below that level. What I really, really need to watch out for, though, is gap to the front and whether we're doing any punishment to the teams. And at the front, it does look like the gap is coming down. There are already riders out the back. Watabi, Irud, who can climb a little bit, are both struggling. We're going to have Watabi use gel now. We're going to have Irud use gel in a moment. Let's go ahead and do so now. Watabi kicks in a little late on Watabi. Irud's kicking in now. That's going to leave Malkova alone. Alright, so we're down to 54 riders. I was actually hoping that group would be slightly smaller than this, but I don't want to burn my riders to do it. We still have 5.5K. It's going to shrink quite a bit more. 47. Irud's heading out the back. Now 31. This is what I was hoping to see. 28. Okay, Harden. Harden's not going to make it.
This is the last third of the race. The team leaders have their minds fixed on today's goal.
It's a group of 25, group of 21. So I'm totally okay with not sending Savage out the rear. It's a minute 48 to 1 rider off the front, but with a group of 21 and this nice downhill and Harden. I thought you were gonna make it back on or stay in the group. Anyway, 5 riders split off the back during the descent, and they're back. Okay, Harden's back. Looks like even though Malkova is a +1, Savage is looking really strong today, and of course Franz. So even though Malkova has the race lead, I'm going to protect Savage and focus on Franz and Savage as the 2 main leaders. Good job, Harden. You're on auto, and you realized that we needed water. I always forget about that at this point. I always remember it during a race, but after big climbs, I forget. There we go. Alright, so it's a minute and a half. We're still at just the 21 riders, so I don't think that's going to change. And now I've got all 4 in a strong position, but I'm sure so are the others. But with just 21 riders here, I've got a bit of an advantage. Speaking of, with 30k to go. Not yet, not yet. I'll wait till the last climb to take control and attack, especially as we bring in the breakaway rider. Three and a half K. All 4 will make it to the top. One and a half K to go. So, Franz, Savage, Malkova, Hardin. Alright, so get things moving. Go ahead and use your gel. 11k to go to the finish. Hardin's good at downhill, so
The finish line is getting close. The riders just
that
passed
helps.
the 10 kilometers road sign.
8.5k. Gel kicking in. 7k. We'll use Malkova's gel now. Alright, 6k. Malkova's gel kicks in. There we go. And now it's going to be Malkova's turn. 5.3k. I don't want this to go too fast, so I think we'll take about an 88. That's a lot of climbing to do here.
The finish line is getting close. The riders just passed the 5 kilometers road sign.
Dropped a couple riders already. Dropping like flies. 4k. Hardin's out the back already. Auto. Goes a few more. Down to 15. Malkova working well. 3.5k. We're going to start to speed up a little bit more. I think some teams are beginning to try to challenge. Two and a half K. What I'm going to do is I want Malkova to try to stay in, protect her time. 2k.
Watch out, a team leader is falling behind.
1.7. Down to a group of 8. Malkova's still here, but about to get dropped. 1k to go. Savage. And Franz. Down to 7 in the group. Down to 3 in the group. There's only one rider with us. Xiao, and we're riding away from her. Franz is heading off to get the win. We're going to win not only this stage, but it looks like we're going to win this race. Heidi Franz takes the win. Savage is going to hang on for a second. And that's a half minute behind. Malkova is crawling now. Sabai has taken 3rd. Xiao 4th. Malkova probably going to be in 8th, so she'll keep a top 10. Hardin still coming up the road. Final kilometer here. But not enough energy to do anything right now. Still looking at maybe a top 20. Yes, definitely a top 20. 19th. It's going to put us in the driver's seat heading into the final stage. By the way, this was just our 5th win of the season, including the one in the last stage. This is Heidi Franz's 2nd win. Malkova, her win in the last stage was her 2nd win. And Megan Jastrab, our top sprinter, has still only managed to win 1 so far this season. But that's 5 total. It looks like we could be headed towards our 6th win with the overall. Savage has yet to win a stage, has had multiple podiums. Somebody's still out on road. Already checked out on time.
Now for the best moments of the day.
That's a double, so we got a triple and a double. Half-minute victory. Savage another 10 seconds. Malkova was just 2:16 behind, so in the general, there you go. Heidi Franz leads by a half minute over Savage. Sabai almost a minute behind. Xiao and Plikta are right about a minute behind. Malkova is 8th place. Excellent. All right, 68 kilometers still to go in this one. Watabe has spent a decent amount of time at the front of the field, but still has a tolerable amount of energy as we're finally getting some support. We've had 1 or 2 riders here and there that have come up and helped and given Watabe a little bit of a break, but otherwise she's been doing most of the chasing today. We brought it down inside of 2 minutes and then sat up, and it went back out to 3.5 minutes pretty quick before another team stepped up. But here we are, ready to go to the front. Stage 4, final stage. We lead this race overall. And we have one climb to win this thing. We don't need to go and do anything other than make sure we don't get dropped. 6 riders off the front. They have a 3-minute gap, and we're coming up on this little sprint point here. There are some seconds involved, but I'm really not worried about taking them. We also have a chance at something else, which is not a big deal, and that would be the KOM. If Savage goes over the top, or Franz in first, it should be enough points. Yeah, 16 points there, so. Watabe, go ahead and use your gel. You're about done here. Irud is coming up. Okay, we don't need a 99, or a 99, yeah. Don't need a 91 either, as we're about to begin the climb. Alright, 61 riders in the peloton, and I know that that's going to start shrinking. Gap to the front is down to 2:15 already. $14K. Let's slow it down a little more. Let Irud last a little longer. Harden's going to spend quite a bit of time. Only 2 riders out the back. Watabe, one of those 2. They still have a little bit of company. And Irud is done. So Elizabeth Harden's turn. Better climber. 68 is her pace. So I think we can probably go right at that pace and hold that for a while. Maybe even longer. Maybe 83. Oh, Watabe was dropped. Watabe's last on the road now. Down to 25. Ooh, big old split. 19 riders now. Elizabeth Harden has just ridden most of the peloton off the back, and we are catching the breakaway riders quite quickly right now. Heck of a climb here by Harden at the moment. A couple riders were able to bridge the gap. Malkova is actually not going to last too much longer here. Alright, Harden's done. Malkova, your turn. We're going to do the same thing. And I think we're going to go actually a hair slower because we still have 6K to go. And we've already done some major splitting of the field, so 17 chasing 3. Now, oh, come on, Malkova. Savage, we're going to use your gel. Let it kick in here briefly. 3K to go to the top. Right? Big acceleration. 2K to go to the top. It flattens out a lot up here. Not at the top. Oh, Savage gets enough points. Franz goes second, so good. Those two riders off the front, not contenders. We have a group of 6 here is all. So just 6 riders. 7 chasing. Malkova is included in that. Need to set these to auto. Savage is recovering, but we need to catch up to those 2 so they don't go off and win the stage or something. I don't know what kind of gap they've got a pretty big gap, but it would still be nice to have. They can go win themselves the stage, but it'd be nice if we at least get some support help on this chase. So Savage, come on. 5 seconds. There you go. All right. We've bridged that gap. Now we can just sit on. I don't care if it comes back together somewhat. It is back together somewhat. 16 now. Malkova is here. I've got 2 sprinters for the finish. But these gaps are getting smaller and riders are coming back together, which is not a good thing if we want to go off and win this, but it's still 22K. Oh, Harden's here now too. Dang. Malkova's gonna go grab water. Maybe. It says you're getting water. Back up to 32 riders. And Malkova didn't bother with the water. 9K. A little bit further here. 7K. Close enough. Franz. Yeah, we gotta protect the lead. Savage is second, so Savage is gonna get the sprint. Probably deserves it. Okay, I only have 2 lead out riders, so we can't push too hard here. And we'll take our time to get to the front. Come on, Heidi. Come on, Heidi.
The riders are entering the last 5 kilometers of the stage.
Okay, Franz is up here, so we're going to start our acceleration a bit. We're already up to the front, so that's good. 3K now. Round this corner and begin the sprint.
And off he goes. He's giving it one last go. And the final sprint is off. Who's going to be the first of the line today? Now the guys up front are asking serious questions of the riders in the rear as more of them are left in the wake.
Okay, on to the sprint. Savage, Franz, cruise into the line. Another 1, 2. Will Savage finally get a win? No, Franz beats her to the line at the last second. Oh, Savage, you had your first win in the bag. You're going to win a points jersey, maybe, if Franz doesn't take it off your... No, you're not going to win it. Franz gets the points jersey. Savage KOM jersey. Okay, you're winning a jersey finally, but your first stage win, and you threw it away and you gave it to Heidi. That's respect for your team leader, right? Right, sure. So Franz takes the win overall and a second stage win. Savage, another second place. Malkova takes 10th on the stage. Don't think she lost any time, so she should have her 8th place secured.
Now for the race highlights.
And this was our first fairly dominating performance with this team. Took our second season, and honestly, it took a race that was not an easy race, but had really low level of competition. Really low level. There was a couple tolerable sprinters, there was a couple tolerable climbers, and then I had tolerable sprinter and some tolerable climbers. Not quite to the level of those other two, but really close in both cases, to where the teamwork, the tactics was enough to overcome that slight disadvantage. We ended up winning 3 of 4 stages, and the overall. My sponsors are going to be really happy after that. They better be. Franz wins, Savage takes 2nd, Malkova takes 8th. Points classification, a 1-2-3 sweep. KOM, a 1-2 sweep. Under 25s, Heidi Franz wins. And the team classification by almost 6.5 minutes. Move forward today, see the re-eval. And we are up to max. Wow, big boost. Big boost to the sponsor confidence. It was only a 2-star objective. But there it is. 4 pluses. Stage win, leader's jersey, victory points, and KOM. These 2 races happened in the meantime. Vega Jastrab had a 2nd and a 3rd place at 2 one-day races over the course of the last 4 days. We got big pluses on Franz being in the race. And that was enough to push us from only about 4% into the happy zone to maximum efficiency. Sponsors happy now. Up to 7th in Continental rankings. And up to 30th in the Super Prestige. Nice. Even 600. I'm Decathlon Gamer. That's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.